Well, good morning. Today is Tuesday, February 20th. We're on our way to the bank because David needed me to cash his check. And then I'm going to get some pictures duplicated for my sister. I was going through the pictures when I was doing the before and after, and I found some pictures of Sue and Pat, and I just thought maybe my brother and my sisters might appreciate it. We're going out to dinner tomorrow night, so I thought I'd share it with them then. And then so I'm just going to get some duplicates made of that. I'm in a way better mood today. I really am. You know, everybody goes through those little funks, and that was my funk for the weekend. I just went kind of crazy. But sometimes you need to do that just to reassess yourself, just to see where you've been, where you're going, where you are. And I'm not giving up. I mean, I know it probably sounded like I was giving up, but that is not in my DNA right now. I am not giving up. I'm staying with this program. I'm going to make my mark, and I'm going to lose my weight. I know that. I have so many plans this summer. I'm going up to Lexington for a week, and with my sisters and my cousin and my niece, and then I'm going to come home, and then the next day repack up and go to Minnesota for a week, and then I'm going to Ottawa in September for a wedding. I'm going to be there for a week. So I have lots of plans, and I want to be a lot thinner than I am now. I'm obviously want to be healthier too, but you know, like I want to keep up with the crowd, as they say, because you know, my whole family, other than my cousin, she's thin, but the rest of my family, we're on the heavier side. But you know, that doesn't mean I have to be on the heavier side. It just means I got to work that much harder to get onto the thinner side. And you know what? I'm worth the effort. I really am. You know, I never realized what crappy roads we had until I started doing these vlogs in the car. And yeah, they're pretty bumpy. And I really thought it was my car needed shocks, but it's not. It's just the roads, because I've been in Denise's car, and her car is just a year old, and we still bump along like we are right now. So I apologize. I tried to hold it the one time, but I stopped filming because, well, one thing, it was distracting from my driving, and I didn't want to be distracted. And oh my gosh, this is really bad here. What else? So I think it's just the roads. I know nobody wants to pay a higher tax on their gasoline, but if it means that I can have a better road, then I'll pay it. I don't have a problem with that. Of course, I don't use as much gas as everybody else does, so I wouldn't pay that much in taxes, but I get the benefit of the better roads, so that's all that matters. Wow, the closer we get to the water, the foggier it is. It's pretty foggy in here. I love living by the water, but you know, sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad, because you get the colder weather, you get more snow because you get the lake effect snow. But in the summer you get the nice cooler breeze, and so it's a trade-off. You got to take the good with the bad. And that guy didn't have lights on. He does not know that it's foggy, and you're supposed to have your lights on when it's foggy. At least that's my way of thinking. I haven't really planned out my day too much. Jim's going to work today, so I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner. I'm probably just going to have a sandwich. I did have some Cheetos left, and I probably should just throw them away. I had no problem throwing those eggs away, but I measured them out, and I weighed them, and I put them in little snack bags, and they're there. Hopefully my grandkids will come, and I'll just give each of them a snack bag. But I have to learn to control my demons and not let my demons control me. So that was probably one of the reasons I didn't throw them away. Ha ha ha. But I don't know. The eggs I threw away because I really did think that was like salmonella, although I never got sick last night, so that was fine. It was probably all in my imagination. That's like pork. I always thought you have to really, really, really cook pork, and now they're saying you don't have to cook it, overcook it like we used to in the past. And you can still eat it if it's a little bit pink, as long as it's not like a pink that's not cooked pink. If you put the thermometer in and the thermometer says it's done and it's still a little pink, as long as the thermometer, like the other day when I had the pork chops, it was pink, and I thought, I can't eat this, but I put the thermometer in, and the safe temperature for pork was 145, and the pork chop registered 155. So I thought, well, it's safe to eat, but I don't know. But I ate it, and guess what? I'm still here. I live to tell another day. So we'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go into the bank. No, I don't know if I want to go into the bank. It's raining, and you know what? I don't want to get wet because I'm a little princess, and I might turn into a pea pod or something. So, and I pulled over far enough for this guy to get by, but the people in front of me didn't, so he can give me all the dirty looks he wants. I don't really care. Just maybe I'll go around this guy a little bit because he's turning right anyhow. And then I can get up here, and then I won't get any dirty looks. I don't really care. But so anyway, for breakfast I think I'm gonna have, I have like a little serving of shredded wheat for 3 points. I'll have my egg, my grapefruit, my banana, and then for lunch I think I'm gonna have a salad, and for dinner, like I said, I'm gonna have a sandwich. I think I haven't decided, but I'll figure out something. So anyway, anyhow, yeah, there's a car ahead of me, which means that I'm gonna have to wait a little bit, but you know what? I don't want to get wet. So all right, I am here, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, let's eat our breakfast. So I started my day with a prayer. I've drank 50 ounces of water. My quote is, when you fall, get up. 24 smart points, 0 for my egg, tomato, banana, tea, water, berries, 2 slices of bacon, 1 point, 3 points for my 1 ounce of cheese, so 4 points. So I still have 20 points left for the day. Some toast and some berries, my grapefruit, and a glass of water. 2 points for the toast with the sugar-free jam, 1 point for the teaspoon of peanut butter, and 0 for the grapefruit and the berries and the water. So 3 points. I still have 17 points left. Okay, I know this is a really, really odd dinner, but I'm really not that hungry. But I'm going to eat something, obviously. And unfortunately, it is kind of salty, what I'm going to have. So I'm going to take that into account and drink a little bit more water. But I have 17 points to use for dinner, 5 for my 1/4 cup of almonds, 3 points for my cheese stick, 1 for my 16 turkey pepperonis, 1 for my 10 olives, 0 for the tea, the apple, and the water. So it's 10 today. So I use 17 points today. And my cup says who I'm going to be you, and that's who I am. Well, I kept myself very busy today. My daughter-in-law, well, my ex-daughter-in-law, but she'll always be my daughter-in-law to me, thought that she had, what did she think she had? Oh, she thought she had the flu. And she went and they did the flu test, and they said that she didn't have the flu, but then they did another test, and they did a throat culture and found out she had strep throat. So I was talking to her on the phone, and the kids are off for winter break, and she's, well, I'm just feeling so bad, and I got to go to the store and, you know, get some food. And I said, you know, I'll do your shopping. Just give me a list. So she gave me her list and her debit cards. Silly girl. No, she can trust me with the debit card. And so I went and I bought her stuff, and then Alyssa called to tell me that I was a rock star because I got all of her favorites. And I don't know why. It's the same. It was on her mother's list, so I don't know how I got the credit, but I'll take it. I'm no problem. And then did my March budget. I know it's a little bit early, but I thought I want to do my March budget. I'm in a better mood today, so it was the perfect day to do the March budget, so I did that. And then I found some, like I told you, I found some pictures, and I made copies. I went to CVS and made copies of them for my brother and my sisters. And what else did I do? Oh, I talked to Jim's sister, not Bertie, but his other sister, Barb, who's in a bad way. So if you could say some prayers for her, I'd really appreciate it. But she thinks she has the flu or pneumonia. She's she's in sad shape anyhow. And she's going to the hospital, and she thinks from there she's going to go to the nursing home. And then she asked if she could come live with me afterwards. And of course I said yes. But I know it's terrible, but it's just, my mother lived with me at the end, and it's quite a burden. It really is. I don't think that she's going to come home from the nursing home. That's how bad she is. She can hardly walk. She's very weak, and she's the polar opposite of Birdie. She's not anything like Birdie. So I could live with Birdie. I don't know that I could live with Barb. So Jim and her do not get along at all. So I think that Jim's going to put a kibosh on that anyhow. I think he's going to say no. But I could never tell anybody no, that they couldn't come and live with me if they had nowhere else to go. But I think Jim's going to, we'll see. He might he might surprise me, but I don't know. Because Barb and Birdie do not get along, and his brother Tom and Jim don't get along, and it's sad for me because my family is so close. Jim hasn't talked to his brother like in 2 years, or seen his brother in 2 years, and I would do anything to see my brother. And so we have a little, not fights, but disagreements about that. And then what else was I going to tell you about? So anyway, if you could remember, her name is Barb. If you could remember Barb in her prayers, I appreciate it. And like I said, I just kept busy. I mean, that was the oddball dinner, but it was very filling. And I know I'm going to have a game this weekend on Saturday, and I've already set my mind for it. So I just felt bad that I invited you all to this. You know, like when you usually go to a party, there's always food, there's cake, there's ice cream, there's music, and you get little prizes when you leave. You didn't get any of that at my little pity party. My pity party was like sad, wah wah. It was like, who would want to come to that pity party? But I'm out of it. I snapped out of it. I'm feeling better. I welcome all of your suggestions. I still am going to give the clothes up. It's hard, but I guess the consensus I got for most of them is to just try to box them up and forget about it. Well, my plan is, you know, like I'm going to still put them in each day, but I have until the day after Easter to decide if I'm really going to give them away. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm putting them in there as like a temporary solution for my problem, and then hopefully by the time Easter comes around, which is what, in 5 weeks, that my mindset will be where I need it to be. I have no intention of getting back into those clothes, and I know how difficult it was for me to find clothes that size, and so maybe it'll help people that are not as healthy and they're bigger and they need clothes because they can't find them. I don't know, but a lot of them, they just have memories for me. Like somebody had said like a favorite song from your past. Someone else had mentioned, and I'm sorry I don't remember names. I usually write them down, but I've been so busy today and I didn't write them down. But I remember that when I was little and we had to move, and I lost all my clothing and that, and it was hard because I didn't, you know, have a lot to wear. And so maybe there's so many therapists out there, and you all gave me such good advice, and I so appreciate every bit of it. And I know that you tell me not to apologize, but, you know, I need to apologize because I was like, it was a major pity party, and, you know, nobody needs to be around that. But I'm back. I really am. It's not a fake happiness. I'm really back. I really am. Ready for the gain on Saturday, and then on to losses. So I'm just hoping it'll be a small gain, and then after that I'll be on my way to back being on a losing streak. It's very nice today. It was 63, but it rained all day, and it's pouring rain. And I forgot. Jim, when I got home, Jim was down in the basement, and I could hear this wet vac going, and I thought, oh, what happened? Well, the pipe came loose from the sump pump, and it was shooting water all over the basement. And luckily, Jim had heard it, so it wasn't that bad, and he got it all cleaned up. But he showed me how to fix it just in case it ever happens when he's not here. But it was just a fluke, but we didn't need all that rain down there, all that water in the basement. So, okay, I'm done. I'm back to my old self. I'm being happy, happy, happy again. Not to the point of sickening. Maybe. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.